Stampin' friends, Patty Chanel here from www.stamppatties.com. Today I have a video for you that is showcasing our brand new Thinlit card dies. So let's get started. What I love most about these Thinlits is it allows you to produce a card that moves with very, very little effort. So I have this one, and then I have this one, which is made with the Labels Thinlit card cut out. Today, for the purpose of my video, I'm going to be showcasing this one here. So let's have a look at the supply list first, shall we? Okay, we are going to be using very vanilla card stock. One piece that is cut 6 by 6 for the card, one piece 2 3/4 by 3. I'm using designer series paper from the birthday basic set. For this project I'm going to use the balloons, but you could use anything. One piece 2 1/4 by 5 1/8, one piece 1 7/8 by 5 1/8. A piece of raspberry ripple that we're going to be cutting a couple of pieces out from the accessories. So I recommend that you cut about 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. You'll be using Stays On black ink, 4 of our markers, Bermuda Bay, Strawberry Slush, Daffodil Delight, and Crumb Cake. We'll need a 1 3/4 inch circle punch, a 2 1/2 inch circle punch. We'll also be using some dimensionals and 2 of our stamp sets. The 2 stamp sets are called Sketched Birthday. We'll be using the cake from the Sketched Birthday. And then for our greeting, I'll be using Perfect Petite Pairs, and I'll be using the birthday greeting from that set. Okay, using our Big Shot and our magnetic platform for the Big Shot, you're going to use your magnetic platform, your cutting pad, you're going to put your piece of 6 by 6 vanilla, and you're going to be putting your round Thinlit card template on top of that vanilla paper. Make sure that you put the framelit so that you have the longer side this way, shorter side this way. Go ahead and put the top cover on and bring it through your Big Shot. When you do so, it's going to make a lot of creaking and cracking, and that's perfectly fine. This framelit not only cuts, but it also scores. So when you get the card out, you're going to see your cutout, and you're going to see 2 score lines. Your first score line is going to get folded down to the left, and your second score line is going to get folded to the right, and this makes the base of your card. Can't get any easier than that, can it? Using our designer series paper, the first one, which is the 2 1/4 by 5 1/8, I'm going to go ahead and apply some adhesive to the back of that, and that is going to get mounted on the inside of my card. And I'm doing this so that I have a 1/4 inch border on the top, the right, and the left. Okay, so you'll have a bit of an empty space here, and that's perfectly fine. The next piece, which is going to be going on the cover of the card, the piece that I've cut is 1 7/8 by 5 1/8, and as you can see, it's going to cover up part of that circle. So in order to avoid that, I'm turning it over and using a regular ballpoint pen. I am tracing, make sure you have it lined up where you want it, and I'm going to trace this circle, and I'm going to use my 2 1/2 inch circle to cut that out, just that half a piece. Trace, remove, take my 2 1/2 inch, punch that out. Okay, you're going to see that it's a little bit small, that 2 1/2, so I'm going to put it back in and widen it just a tad on both sides. Okay, and now that should adhere to the front of my card with no problem at all. When you purchase the Thinlit set, you not only get the template for making the card, but you get lots of other accessory pieces. So using this scallop circle as well as this little label, I used a piece of our raspberry ripple cardstock, and while you were away, I put them through my Big Shot and cut these 2 pieces out. Using black Stays On ink, I'm inking up my Sketched Birthday cake, and then I'm using my markers, Daffodil Delight, to color in the flame of the candle, the Bermuda Bay to color in the candle itself, the Strawberry Slush to color in the frosting of my cake. And the beauty of this is that using Stays On, it will not bleed, so it doesn't make your marker colors look funky or anything like that. And then I'm using the Crumb Cake to make it appear as though I've got a bit of chocolate cake going on. Okay, and then finally I'm taking my 1 3/4 inch circle punch. I'm going to punch this out, and it's going to be cutting out a little bit of the shadow, but that's okay. The shadow of the plate, I'm perfectly fine with that. So go ahead and punch that out. I'm going to use regular adhesive to adhere that to my scallop circle. I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals underneath that scallop circle. Oops. Getting my card back, I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to center it in that circle. It's nice and popped up. I have a 9-inch piece of raspberry ripple ribbon. I love having this cut out because that gives me a perfect place to put a piece of ribbon. So I'm going to tie a knot right here using the raspberry ripple. Okay, one last thing to do, and that's to ink up my happy birthday wishes. I'm going to be putting that on this raspberry ripple label. Beautiful. Dimensional on the back of that. That is going to be the greeting on my card. I'm going to put that right here so I can still see it from the outside. And voila, we have an instant birthday card that moves. Now, options. You can go ahead and decorate the inside if you wanted to. I left that blank so that I could put my little birthday message in there to whoever. Hope your day is as special as you are. Love, Patty. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Be sure to check out my website, www.stamppatties.com. And I look forward to next time. Thanks for tuning in.